RV because, I was up on a billboard with my partner and we had to go to the bathroom. We were there for a week. So, that was the worst part of living on a billboard was the getting up and down from the actual billboard. I'm not crazy about heights, but I was so afraid every time walking up and down that ladder. And, I've had a lot of not so nice things to say about my partner that I worked with at that time. He just was kind of immature. He was a good guy, just kind of immature. Made farting noises on the air all the time. I don't know. He was in his 30s. I was like, really? Is this what we're going to do? Is this what our show is going to be about? But anyway, I do have to give him credit. I remember every single time I went to go down that ladder or up, when I got to the top, I would put my hand on his knee and he would put his hand on top of my hand. So he knew how afraid I was. And I appreciated that little extra, comfort to get me through. So keep that in mind. If you would like to bid, it's going through Airbnb to spend a night in Lucy the Elephant. So I wanted to know from you, would you be interested in spending the night there, or is there a unique place you would like to spend the night? Now, Joe says, might be interesting to spend a night in Lucy the Elephant. Jim says Graceland or Oprah's house with Oprah. I have a feeling Jim would stay in Oprah's house even without Oprah. I'm just saying, because I would. That's going to be one luxurious stay, right? Now, don't laugh at me, but here are my choices. I thought of historical sites. I thought of big landmarks, and I nixed all of them because these are my choices. I have two. The first one is the Versace mansion. I am just so fascinated with the whole story of Gianni Versace and what happened to him. And when Joe and I were in South Beach last year, we actually stayed at a hotel right next to their Versace mansion. We tried to get dinner reservations there, but we couldn't. But I think, especially from watching some of the movies and documentaries on it, I think it's so freaking gaudy that I would be like disgusted almost. I'd be like, oh, how could somebody live like this? But opulence for sure. Probably a little tacky for my taste. But yes, I think that his house was full of gaudiness. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Michael Jackson's house at the Neverland Ranch, how gaudy everything was there. I think Elvis also, very gaudy. Loved all the, gold and big, huge prints and statues and all of that kind of stuff. Not really my scene, but it would be interesting to check it out. The other choice, which is really my top choice, and this came to me last minute. Like I said, I'm thinking, okay, do I pick like Jane Austen's room in her house where she wrote all of her amazing books? Do I say something like Oprah? Do I want to do something historical, like, spend the night at the bottom of the Grand Canyon? I really did go over my possibilities. Even the White House I had considered, and this is what I came up with. Are you ready? I would like to spend a night in the Gilmore Girls' house. I'm just being real. I love that little house. And I love me some Rory and some Lorelai. And if they were there, oh boy, that'd be so much more fun. I'd have Pop-Tarts for breakfast. I'd have Chinese food and pizza for dinner. And all kinds of goodies. Malamars. I don't even like Malamars, but I would eat them there. Yeah, the Gilmore Girls' house. How fun would that be? Have a huge girls' night at the Gilmore Girls' house. I know, I'm a nerd. I know, I put a little too much stock into a television show. You are not thinking anything about me I haven't already thought and said about myself. That's okay. I'm okay with me. But yes, I would love to spend a night at the Gilmore Girls' house. With that, I will move on to the blog post, so don't embarrass myself any more than I already have. If you still would like to chime in, I would love to hear from you for where you would want to spend a night. That may be a little more on the interesting side. I was mentioning how it is a leap a day tomorrow, and just a thought, I thought maybe this would be a good day for like an experiment because it's an extra day. And I think it's a good experiment for one day, just one day. Appreciate everything. Posted up a picture. Do you want to know how much you are blessed? Your terrible job is the dream of every unemployed. Your house is the dream of every homeless. Your smile is the dream of the depressed. Your health is the dream of the ill. And your lifestyle is the dream for somebody else. So kind of sit with these things for a minute. These are all things that we take for granted every single day. Now, I had posted a video over the holidays, and I think it was for church. It showed a man waking up and being so happy that he had a warm bed, a hot shower, breakfast on the table, a car to get to work. It seemed like a silly little video, but what if we did stop taking so much of our lives for granted? What if for one day we said thank you for everything we come across, starting with waking up? Yes, be grateful that you woke up because one day you won't, especially if you're waking up without aches and pains. I wake up with aches and pains all the time now. Still happy to be alive. Life is such a great gift, but so many of us are just trying to get through every day. We tolerate our jobs, our families, our car instead of reveling in them. You may hate your job, but what if you could just focus on what you love about it? I'm sure you like the money it brings you, even if it isn't as much as you want. It is the dream of those who can't find a job to support themselves and their families. What if we were so happy to have a car that will take us where we need to go and keep us warm and safe at the same time? It even gives us the opportunity for entertainment, be it listening to the radio or a podcast or old school CD. Try focusing on the food you are consuming today. Even if it isn't your favorite food, it is satisfying your hunger. It is giving you the energy you need to do all the things you do each and every day. But go ahead and have something yummy today so you feel even more gratitude. It's Friday. If you do this tomorrow, it's the weekend. And I said it's okay. We used to have bagels at the one radio station I worked at every Friday. Man, did I look forward to that every week. And I saved up my Weight Watchers points. What if when you're driving today, you really took notice of nature and the scenery outside your window? Slow down just a little. Really take in the scene. Think about how everything will be coming alive soon. There will be buds on the trees and leaves sprouting up new and fresh. I saw a dandelion on the news yesterday. They are popping up already. Taking your neighborhood and take joy in the fact that you are part of a community. Do you have roads that you can take long walks on? That's one of the things I really loved about this neighborhood when we bought a house here is it's all residential. There's like a million little roads back here, all residential. 25 miles per hour. I can take long walks. I can go for bike rides. I can take the dog. If your road is too busy, is there a park nearby where you can go? And that is what I did when I was still living in Pennsylvania. In my condo, it was way too busy to really walk around there. I used to take Tucker to the park. I had a nice river there. Could even see the skyline of Philadelphia. It was really cool. When you get home today and see that your spouse left the kitchen messy, can you just be grateful that you have a house to get messy and be grateful that your spouse is in your life? If you're going through some tough times, can you think back to when you first fell in love and remember what it is about them that you loved so much? Think about your wedding day and how much in love you were and what a great day that was, hopefully. If your kids are getting on your nerves, it happens, I know. You can remind yourself that there are many people who can't have kids. It's not all good, but I'm sure you would never change it. Depending on their age, just sit and watch them. Feel the unconditional love wash over you. Remind yourself that you made that. You made that. You created a human. The whole process still fascinates me. I've never had kids. Maybe that's why it still fascinates me so much. You made someone, a person. That's really cool. So how about your home and what's in it? I know you have some things that you love in your home. I know you do. Can you just focus on them and be thankful? Is it a favorite throw on the couch? The dog on your lap? How about your warm, comfy bed? I always give a big sigh of satisfaction when I curl up in bed to go to sleep. It's such a nice feeling to be so comfortable and know you will be getting some much needed rest. Let me throw this at you. How about we be grateful for electricity? How different would our life be without electricity? It wasn't all that long ago. It was not a common occurrence. A couple 100 years ago, there's still people that don't. Many people in other countries that do not have electricity like we do. Think of the homeless. They don't have electricity. They wouldn't even need electricity. They just want a nice little warm place to spend the night. So don't take these things for granted. Be grateful for your iPhone or your Android or whichever one you have. The fact that you have a world of information literally at your fingertips. You can research anything like tinnitus and get any answer you desire. Think about all these things. Stop taking them for granted. How mobile are you? Can you walk and tell your body to do just about anything you want it to? Then you are way ahead of a whole lot of people. Don't take your health for granted. Think about how much harder or different your life would be if you lost an arm or a leg or your sight. Be grateful that you aren't one of the people with such challenging afflictions. And don't waste that gift because those people would do anything to switch places with you. Just try it. Just for one day. See if you feel any differently about your life. The more often you do this, the more grateful you will feel for all you have in your life and the happier you will be. It really is true that the more grateful you are, the more you find to be grateful for. Just look around and take it all in. Stop just getting through life. Start enjoying it. It is the greatest gift you will ever get. We are here, people. It is a Cocktail Friday. We made it to the freaking weekend. I hope you get to grab a cocktail later and have a fantastic weekend. I want you to be safe in whatever you do. And try not to take anything for granted for just one day, like we talked about. Just the one day. And see how you feel at the end of the day. I think it'll be good. I think you'll like it and want to do more of it. Meanwhile, make today your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
I'm so grateful for the day that is coming soon that Ellen will have me and Tucker on her show.